Hello, welcome back to JJ's Bakehouse. I'm Ginny. Today I'm going to be making you some caramel cupcakes. So let's begin with this. Now it's really cold where I live at the moment. It's cold for me. So I'm going to be using this butter, but I just don't seem to be, it's hard at the minute, left out at room temperature. So what I've done is I put my bowl from my mixer into the oven while I was preheating for the cupcakes. I've put that in just for about 2 minutes, and then I've taken it out, and it's just going to allow the outside of that butter just to melt slightly, which helps me use it. I do this at the moment with buttercream as well. It makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to whip this up until it's really light and fluffy, and then I'm going to add the sugars. So I've got 175 grams of unsalted butter in there, which I'm going to whisk up. And this is going to take a couple of minutes, so I'll come back to you as soon as this has become all light and fluffy. Right, now that's softened really nicely, as you can see there. So it's not as fluffy as I would like, but today I am using my Kenwood in K-Mix instead of my KitchenAid, and I don't have a cream paddle, so I thought I'd do it without the cream paddle. So there's a lot more scraping involved today, so a lot more stopping and starting and scraping. Right, so to this I'm now going to add my sugars. Now again 175 grams of sugar. Now what I've done with that is I've put 100 grams of golden caster sugar and 75 grams of light brown sugar, and that's going to give that caramel texture. So I'm going to pop that into there, and then this is going to help this move around the mixer a lot better. So I'm going to let this go on a medium speed for about 2 minutes. So I'll be straight back to you as soon as it's all mixed up. It's been going for about a minute or so, and it's all sticking to the sides. So let's give this a scrape down there and let it go for another minute or so there. We'll turn it up fairly high so that it stops it hitting the sides quite so much. I miss my cream and paddle, but cakes are still done this way. I'm just lazy and I'm too used to using it. Let me give that another scrape down. This stage is really important because this is where I'm putting the air into it. With my method, I will do it the all-in-one method, and I do this bit to start with and then add everything else in all together. So that way I'm not messing with the flour and the glutens, and I'm not leaving it in there very long at all. So this is really important that we get this sugar and butter so mousse-like, and there is the air, and that's where you're going to get a lovely spongy cupcake. So don't skip on this part. So we're going to keep going. Even though it does look fluffy, it's not enough. I'll show you in a moment. I'm going to leave that go for another 2 minutes, and I'll be straight back to you. Right, okay, let's give this one more scrape down. And a final go round. See, this is the colour now. It's gone quite light. So that we are getting there. So let's just give this another go. Up quite a high speed now. Right, I'm happy enough with that. Okay, so showing you what this looks like here. So there we go. That's really fluffy there. There we are, and all mixed in together, which is what we want. So it's got a nice pale colour too. Looks caramelly. So now we're just going to add the rest of the ingredients. So I've got 3 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to pop that in there. I've then also got 175 grams of plain flour, and to that I've added 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm just going to sieve that in so that the baking powder is all distributed. There we go. Lovely, throw that over there. And then before I start it back up, just gonna give it a little scrape around, just to give it a helping hand, and also then I'm not gonna get covered in flour when I turn the mixer on. Okay. Oh, maybe the paddle would help. Right. So, lowest speed that you can. The good thing about the Kenwood is the low speed on it is really delicate. So it's really nice for doing this. Sometimes the KitchenAid can be a little bit fast on the lowest, but this has got a really nice low speed for the cakes. So I've got 2 tablespoons of milk, and I'm just going to put that in as that's going around. And then I'm going to give that a scrape, and then I've also got a tablespoon of treacle, which I'm going to put in. Now I'm happy that that's kind of mixed up there. Don't want to do too much, because once we work with it too much, we're going to destroy all the air in there. So treacle's lovely, but I do hate working with it. Right, let's try and get as much as we can in. Okay, there we are. And we're going to give that a last quick go round while we get our muffin tray over. Lowest speed again, always. Just move those there to one side. Let's get this one. And my 2 spoons to fill them. Right. Okay. I'm going to do the rest here by hand, just because with the treacle, it's sticking to the sides, and I don't want the mixer to just keep going and going. Let me just put that away. So, this is what I look like for the moment. It's all streaked. Won't take long by hand just to fold that in. Brilliant. There we go, that's better. Obviously, without having my cream and paddle, it tends to stick things to the side, and you don't want to overwork it. There we go, that's perfect. There we go. So just taking it around, lifting it up, taking it around and lifting it up, and there we go. That way I've not been knocking the air. So now it's time to fill up our cupcake cases. So about 3/4 of the way, so around about that there, and we're just going to fill each one of these. Now I have got my oven on 160 degrees centigrade for a fan assisted oven. So mine is fan. If your oven isn't a fan assisted, go up to 170, and we're going to bake these for around about 19 minutes. Now, depending on your oven, you can go, I normally say anything between 18 and 22 for different ovens, so it really depends on what you would normally set your cupcakes for. But I would let it go for 19 minutes and then have a go. Obviously, if you do open that oven, make sure you open it so quickly and close it again if they're not ready, or they're going to sink. So don't open that oven before 19 minutes. Right, to pop these in the oven now, and I will see you in about 19 minutes when I grab them out. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so this is our caramel cupcakes that have just come out of the oven. Mine took actually 18 minutes. As you can see, they have a lovely, it's not hard on the top, it's a lovely brown top with the caramel and the treacle. It's very, very lovely and soft. So this is our caramel cupcakes. I hope you really enjoy them and you've enjoyed this tutorial. I am going to top these on a separate video with some chocolate Swiss meringue buttercream, which is kind of what I'm set up for here. So if you want to see these with the Swiss meringue buttercream with chocolate, then have a look on my channel for that buttercream, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.